Welcome to Motoring Today, the Philippines' premier and longest-running weekly motoring news and features TV and online magazine. I'm Ray Louis Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa. Here are this week's features to watch out for.
On Motoring Forum, we shall discuss the Department of Energy's side on the rise of so-called technology solutions retail outlets. Our road safety reminder on the Young Street Smarts portion centers on overtaking rules when in a multi-lane highway. This week's Spine to Perch shall be about the illegal use of mobile phones while driving. The public service segment centers on the growing number of motor vehicles out on the road now. Showcase this week shall have the luxury compact sports sedan from BMW, the 318 i Sport. While for race weekend, we'll have the highlights of the first ever Motul Race Wars.
All these plus the latest news in transportation and traffic management, as well as developments in the automotive industry, are on this week's edition of Motoring Today. Join us.
I think my dad is secretly a superhero. He's the coolest, smartest, strongest person alive. No matter where we go, he always makes sure I feel safe. And he isn't afraid of anything. My dad likes to call that the power to lead. I call it his superpower.
The Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. Here now are the latest news and developments in the country's transportation and traffic management. Many are wrong to fear that the driver's education program and tests for the renewal of licenses will cost us money.
The LTO chief Edgar Galvante now assures us that the required comprehensive driver's education program, or CDE, won't cost us much beyond the time to learn what is needed to pass a 25-item test to renew our licenses. The new law covering the issuance of driver's licenses said drivers who renew their licenses have to pass a CDE modules intake and pass a 25-question evaluation test to get their CDE certificate of completion needed for their license renewals. But the LTO said CDE learning materials and evaluation tests are available for free at the LTO Land Transportation Management System site, portal at lto.gov.ph. It added that the 5-hour CDE program of video and slide presentations can also be downloaded from lto.gov.ph and are given out to all LTO offices nationwide. LTO offices also provide face-to-face CDE seminars and exams, also all for free. But the LTO also points out that the CDE is from the required driver's education module for student drivers and new license applicants, which is longer and has a practical driving portion. Experienced drivers with adequate knowledge and skills can easily pass the CDE evaluation test, according to ASEC Galvante. But even experienced drivers will benefit from the program, which is information on the best practices to deal with stress and road rage, unsafe and abusive motorists, crisis events like accidents and vehicle malfunctions, and updates on new traffic rules and signages.
If you have good internet access and devices, then you're all good to study the CDE and pass the evaluation test, which you can both do from the comforts of home. government continues to subsidize operations of the jeepney operators and drivers, even as it eases transport restrictions while increasing capacity.
The government has formally launched a fuel subsidy program for jeepney operators following the joint signing of the memorandum circular covering the incentives in a ceremony led by the DOTR and the LTFRB. Also participating in the signing ceremony and the implementation of the fuel subsidy program are the Department of Energy, the Department of Budget and Management, and the Land Bank of the Philippines. The LTFRB said around 78,000 operators can now avail themselves of the one-time fuel subsidy worth 7,200 pesos from among those who have active Pantawid Pasada program ATM cards. The LTFRB said the Land Bank has already credited the amount to the accounts of the beneficiaries. However, the LTFRB emphasized the money credited could only be used for the purchase of fuel at gas stations of Petron, Shell, Sea Oil, Total, Jetty, Refill, Caltex, Petrogas, and Unioil participating in the program.
Government agencies participating in the fuel subsidy program should be commended for facilitating the release and distribution of funds to beneficiaries. 3 local government units were cited for their initiatives to establish networks of bike lanes in their jurisdictions.
Ever since the COVID-19 pandemic showed how many people turn to using bikes and other non-motorized personal modes of transport in going to work, government has been encouraging LGUs to establish bike lanes to make it safer for their cycling constituents. To encourage more LGUs to do this, the DOTR and the Department of Interior and Local Government have decided to start a new initiative called the National Bike Lane Awards. Among the first winners of this pioneering awards are Iloilo City, Gold Medal Awardee, Pasig City, Silver Medal Awardee, and Quezon City, Bronze Medal Awardee. The awards were handed out during the National Bicycle Day, which through Presidential Proclamation 1052 falls on every 4th Sunday of November to highlight the importance of non-motorized transportation. The winning LGUs also received bicycles and cycling helmets. The first National Bike Lane Awards was also made possible with the support of the DPWH, the Department of Health, and SM Cares.
It is hoped that the Bike Lane Awards become an annual event so as to make more cities safe for cycling and cyclists. RFID toll collection has made using tollways more convenient as well as ease traffic congestion at toll gates. Still, NLEX wants to make the system more efficient.
NLEX Corporation has started installing automatic license plate recognition or ALPR and RFID early detection systems at more toll lanes at the NLEX and the SC-TEX. NLEX expects to have 95 ALPR systems installed in 95 lanes and RFID early detection systems in 217 lanes by the first quarter of next year. The ALPR system uses smart cameras that read vehicle license plates for easier matching of motorist RFID transactions. Toll lanes in Maykawayan, Bukawe, Balagtas, Tabang, Santa Rita, San Fernando, and Hangles will be furnished with the new system starting next month. Meanwhile, NLEX said the RFID early detection feature will be implemented in 29 more toll lanes starting January 2022 to boost RFID detection capability. The enhanced RFID scanners can detect up to 3 vehicles in advance and promptly process toll lane transactions. NLEX Corporation President and General Manager Luigi Bautista said the tollway company continues to innovate and invest in technological advancements to provide better service to motorists.
More and more motorists are learning to enjoy the benefits of cashless toll payments at tollways. This, in turn, is making passage through both entry and exit toll gates all the more quicker and hassle-free. Those are the latest news and developments in transportation and traffic management. Coming up next is Motoring Forum, brought to you by Suzuki Philippines. The 5th Forum of the SPMJ, or Society of Philippine Motoring Journalists, tackled the rise of mini gas stations with fuel vending machines in outlying barangays and coastal areas. Let's look back on the stand of the Department of Energy on this issue.
Over the past few years, more and more mini gas stations and standalone gas pumps or fuel vending machines are being seen on the side of roads, many in out-of-the-way barangays in the countryside and coastal areas. Many of them cater to tricycles and motorcycles along with the occasional car and other four-wheeled vehicles. However, these mini gas stations are now being seen in more urbanized settings, including populated areas, prompting concerns about their safety, and questions from bigger oil companies about possibly unfair competition. The Society of Philippine Motoring Journalists, or SPMJ, decided to make these concerns about mini gas stations a topic of its 5th SPMJ Forum. The SPMJ invited Oil Industry Management Bureau Assistant Director Rodela Romero and Retail Marketing Monitoring and Special Concerns Division Chief Lorelai Capistrano of the Department of Energy or DOE and Rafi Kapitpin, Executive Director of the Philippine Institute of Petroleum or PIP, as resource persons at the forum. During the forum, the resource persons from the DOE explained why and how the mini gas stations came to be. First, they are known technically as Technology Solution Retail Outlets or TSROs. The DOE came up with the TSRO to address the problem of so-called bote-bote retailers of fueling in far-flung barangays or areas where regular fuel stations are not easily available. Bote-bote retailing is both illegal and unsafe, while those who buy fuel by the Coke bottle won't be sure about the fuel's purity. In essence, TSROs are meant to encourage people to legally undertake small-scale fuel retailing with fuel vending machines instead of the bote-bote. According to DOE's Romero and Capistrano, regulation and guidelines for establishing and operating TSROs are laid out under Rule 4 of DOE Circular 2017-11 or the Revised Retail Rules. Among the guidelines are the following. TSROs can only be put up in areas where bote-bote fuel is being sold as certified by LGUs concerned. A distance of 1 kilometer radius from another retail outlet shall be observed. No other commercial establishment shall be constructed within the retail outlet other than those necessary for its operations. The vehicle being serviced and the delivery of the liquid fuels by the tank truck shall at all times be inside the business premises. A 1 meter distance shall be maintained from the cashier's booth and dispensing pump to firewalls. During the supply operation of tank trucks, there should be 1 meter working distance maintained from the tank truck to firewalls, and TSROs are allowed to store fuel above ground up to a maximum of 2,000 liters per gasoline or diesel. The DOE resource person said that there are now over 200 TSROs in operations mostly in coastal areas of Oriental Mindoro, Siargao, and in the Panay region. They also noted that there are 2 major suppliers of equipment to TSROs, Kepi Tech Center and Estacion Niwan. Both are heavily promoting the establishments of TSROs mainly through social media. The DOE is monitoring how TSROs are operating, has noted many violations of guidelines as well as regulations of other government agencies such as the Department of Environment and Natural Resources or DNR and the Bureau of Fire Protection or BFP. Under DOE rules, the retailing of fuels is subject to pertinent permits and licenses issued by the DNR, BFP, the Bureau of Internal Revenue, and other relevant government agencies, including local government units. However, the DOE representative said that the DNR and BFP have yet to issue guidelines governing TRSOs and fuel vending machines. Meanwhile, the DOE continues to evaluate how the TSROs are operating with the aim of revising guidelines to make their operations safer.
That was the Department of Energy with insights on the rise of so-called Technology Solutions retail outlets. Our feature on Motoring Forum this week, courtesy of Suzuki Philippines.
I think my dad is secretly a superhero. He's the coolest, smartest, strongest person alive. No matter where we go, he always makes sure I feel safe. And he isn't afraid of anything. My dad likes to call that the power to lead. I call it his superpower.
The Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
Suzuki Ertiga.
Life is beating fast. Find what you're waiting for.
Seven-seater in style.
You're back with us here on Motoring Today. In line with our lifelong commitment to promote road safety, here is this week's road safety tip in cooperation with Toyota Motor Philippines.
If you are on a multi-lane highway, mahigpit na ipinagbabawal ang tumawid papunta sa kabilang parte ng highway. As seen on the animation, you can overtake on your lane provided that it is safe to do so.
More Motoring motoring tips for you here on Motoring Today. Proper driver's demeanor while behind the wheel from Mitsubishi Motors Philippines.
Bayong chopper lang kaibigan, ako si Marlon, isang kapwa nyo chopper. Habang nagmamaneho, kailangan buo ang atensyon mo at hindi gulo-gulo.
Ang cellphone isa ng malaking bahagi sa buhay ng tao. Halos lahat ay meron at gumagamit nito. Pero sana kapag tayo ay nagmamaneho, tigilan muna natin ang paggamit ng cellphone. Paalala lang, sa pagmamaneho kailangan ang iba yung konsentrasyon. Kapag ikaw ay nagtetelepono, ang isip mo ay wala sa iyong pagmamaneho at ito ay maaaring maging rason para magkaroon ng aksidente.
Kung ayaw mong mamultahan o maaksidente, huwag kang gumamit ng cellphone habang nagmamaneho. Si Marlon Gudmalin, payong chopper lang kaibigan mula sa isang kapwa nyo chopper.
The Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. World of Motorsports is next. We start with the latest news and developments.
Miguel Briones was the quickest overall in round 6 of the Philippine Autocross Championship Series with Richard Gallardo in second and Paui Base in third. Gallardo ruled the open class with Emerson Ocampo ending up in second, edging third placer Ron Zuzan by mere tenths of a second. Zuzan turned in the fastest time among novice drivers, with Paui coming in second and Amiel Barquez ending up third. Russell Reyes of Stregowo VRS team dominated the pro class in the third round of the Formula V1 Virtual Cup. Reyes won both races 5 and 6 in what was the championship round of the series, setting the fastest lap in both races. Andre Varquez of the Phoenix Pulse Racing team placed second in race 5, with Luis Moreno of the Legion of Racers finishing third. Varquez also was the second man on the podium of race 6 with Inigo Anton of Team Avengers on the third step.
More in the world of motorsports here on Motoring Today, as we now give you Race Weekend. Motul has just hosted the first ever Motul Race Wars, among the biggest drag racing events in the country. Race Weekend takes us to Clark to check out what happened at the inaugural event. We're here in Clark International Speedway in Pampanga for the biggest drag racing competition in the country, Race Wars. Let's go check them out. It may be the biggest motorsports event of 2021. Over 3 days, the Clark International Speedway was crammed with scores of cars, from stock daily drivers to heavily modified weekend racers, from pocket rockets to muscle cars, and all sorts of custom-built dragsters. All lured by the huge cash prizes amounting to a total of 2 million pesos offered by the 2021 Motul Race Wars. I'm here with one of the organizers of the very first Race Wars event here in the Philippines, Mr. Peter Yung. Hi, sir. Quite a turnout today. Can you tell us a little more about how this event started?
This event started, we started to plan it last July of this year. And basically, what we wanted was to make an event, a very big event for Motul, for the passenger car segment, since we just acquired the PCMO or the passenger car motor oil segment from our principal in France and the Asia Pacific, si Infinite Serve International Corporation has been the distributor of many premium brands, the latest acquisition to which is Motul. So parang the management would like to make something na matatandaan kami ng mga tao. Something to remember as sila yung nagpuno ng Clark. Something like that. Now, siguro to make the impression last longer, we've decided to make the cash prizes even more. Kasi merong mga previous events na parang, alam ko merong 1 million event, na 1 million cash prize event. So we wanted to double it up to entice people na eto medyo nagluluwag na yung protocols and everything, na healthy standards. Medyo let's make people happy.
Over 3 days, entries in 8 classes of drag racing went head-to-head, all hoping to rise up the stepladder competition to reach the semifinals and finals, where huge cash prizes are at stake. Aside from drag racing, the first ever Motul Race Wars also featured the B2B Car Show, a sideshow that may have been the highlight of the long weekend for spectators as well as participants looking to distress themselves from the competition. Also on the same weekend, a round of the multi-year Philippine Autocross Championship Series was being held.
Actually, it all started with B2B partnering with us for their road tour, for the B2B Car Show road tour. And then, being a distributor for a performance oil, usually people who usually competes, yung mga nagko-compete, sumasali sa mga events or activities or racing activities, they look for people who can help them with their endeavor. So, the likes of Ryan Ablang, A. San Agustin of Philippine Autocross, who are champion in their own way, approached us. And then together with them, sabi nila, maybe boss, pwede rin tayong makapag-support with the Philippine Autocross. So, we met Mr. Danny Santiago. And as it turned out, laging jam-packed yung Philippine Autocross with all the legs that we had, which started this year. So, most likely, we're planning to continue on with the partnership, both with B2B and Philippine Autocross.
But it was the drag racing event that drew most to the Clark International Speedway for the Motul Race Wars. Some just happy to get back to real honest-to-goodness racing on a drag strip. Others looking to cash in on substantial cash prizes at stake, while undaunted by the scores of racers, all with the same objective of winning.
Ito ang pinakahihintay ng maraming tao na bumalik sa karerahan, makapaglabas ulit, makapag-hangout. Matagal na rin kami nagpe-prepara, nagbukas sa mga makina, ganyan, tono, napakarami, mga unahin yung sakyan para may kondisyon. Pagdating dito, wala nang problema, pero hindi pa rin naiiwasan yung problema
Some are first-timers at drag racing, but nonetheless are still hopeful of getting into the money brackets after working on preparing their dragsters.
Actually, first time ko sa drag. Masaya. More on circuit racing kasi ako kami nung team namin. So, ngayon masaya kasi sobrang dami nung sumali sa Motul. Ayun, nag-ayos kami ng engine, tapos naghubad ng loob kasi etong kotse na to, first time lang sa drag So, yun. More on sa engine, tapos tires, ganun. Palit din. Ang gusto manalo sana, di ba? So, gagawin lahat.
Others who signed up to race at the first ever Motul Race Wars are there merely to enjoy the competition, some even competing with their daily car.
Well, to be honest, I'm quite happy and at the same time nervous because it's been a while since I'm back on the track and yeah, it's really exciting for me. Daily car ko kasi to, tapos talagang panghatid sa misis, pang work. Actually wala, basta para lang ako napadaan dito sa racetrack. Parang ganun yung dating. Yun lang, nagkabit lang nung RAM, then yun lang. Purpose ko rin naman dito kung ba't ako sumali, para mag-enjoy, tsaka para makakilala ng mga bagong kaibigan, ganun.
Motul Philippines was so happy with the turnout for the first ever Motul Race Wars at the Clark International Speedway that plans are afoot to hold at least 2 race wars yearly.
With the turnout that we saw today and yesterday, and maybe hopefully tomorrow it will be better or maybe the same as today. We're planning to do this like twice annually. This will be a yearly event. Gagawin namin to siguro next year, dalawa na, hatiin na namin. Parang magkakaroon most likely ng pwedeng North Series or Southern Series, something like that. Just to reach out even more.
And that's it for our coverage of the biggest drag racing championship here in the country, Race Wars. Be sure to check us out next week for more race weekend action. To say Motul Race Wars was a successful event would be an understatement. Already, the participants are looking forward to more of the same next year. And Motul promises to hold the Race Wars twice next year. And that's this week's World of Motorsports. Motoring Today continues right after this break.
I think my dad is secretly a superhero. He's the coolest, smartest, strongest person alive. No matter where we go, he always makes sure I feel safe. And he isn't afraid of anything. My dad likes to call that the power to lead. I call it his superpower.
Live extra
with the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. The auto industry now takes center stage.
Ford has just unveiled the all-new Ranger for all to see in a global reveal broadcast recently from Melbourne, Australia. But that is just to tease pickup enthusiasts who will have to wait for the production of the next generation Ranger. Ford says the next generation Ranger will be built at Ford's plants in Thailand and South Africa beginning in 2022, with other markets to be announced at a later date. Specific market launch details will also be announced later on. Perhaps the global reveal is just to stay the hand of pickup buyers from acquiring one immediately and wait for the new Ranger to come to their shores. Ford cites a number of reasons for waiting. This includes a purposeful exterior that shares Ford's global truck design DNA with a defined new grille, signature C-clamp headlight treatment at the front, subtle shoulder line down the sides incorporating a bolder wheel arch that gives the Ranger a sure-footed stance. Another attraction is a car-like cabin with premium soft-touch materials, prominent portrait-style center touchscreen with Ford's signature Sync 4 connectivity and entertainment system. Beneath the new bodywork is an upgraded chassis riding on a wheelbase 50mm longer, and a track 50mm wider than the prior Ranger, allowing a bigger cargo bed. And an engine bay that accommodates a 3.0-liter turbo diesel V6, one of 3 turbocharged diesel engines to be made available. At the global reveal, 3 models, the stylish XLT, the rugged Sport, and Adventure Wildtrak were showcased. If and when the next generation Ranger arrives, will it have the 3.0L V6 turbo diesel engine? Now that should certainly be worth the wait. Kia Philippines has given motoring media opportunity to test drive the new K2500 variants, which now include 4x4 units, a first in its segment.
We're here with a Kia K2500. This is our light commercial vehicle, the only one so far in the lineup that we have. And this is meant for the businessmen or the corporations that would like to move people or merchandise.
The K2500 durability drive started with the road trip from Bonifacio Global City in Taguig to the General's Farm in Batangas, a journey that encompassed a wide array of road conditions. At the farm awaited a driving course that provided more challenging terrain that tested both the 4x2 and 4x4 K2500 variants as well as driver skills.
Well, this part in particular is regular farm roads, which is basically roads that are flattened out well and then has drainage, and it's been maintained because the farm uses it.
After conquering the challenges, the K2500's return journey to the BGC passed through the uphill and downhill roads of Tagaytay. The K2500 is available in different body configurations to match virtually all needs of businesses needing commercial vehicles. These include double cab drop side, single cab drop side, cargo, which is a closed van with low ceiling, carga, which is a 19-seater air-conditioned people carrier, closed van, and a cabin chassis.
The K25, our entry into the light commercial vehicle segment of the market, very flexible, very powerful engine, and it is perfect for the entrepreneur, for the small medium enterprise owners, or even for corporate enterprise customers who have to haul goods or logistics items or even their own people. We have the vehicle available. So come and visit our dealerships nationwide.
Goodyear Philippines has rolled out the Assurance MaxGuard SUV tires. Goodyear says these are customized for the Asia-Pacific market and provide 2-in-1 protection of superior grip and durability. The new tires, perfect for SUVs, feature Goodyear's Active Grip technology that provides tight grip for superior handling and shorter braking distance on wet roads. Goodyear added that DuraGuard technology builds a robust tire carcass to withstand cuts and punctures while enhancing performance durability with 2-ply construction and strong steel belt package. The Assurance MaxGuard SUV tire features an upgraded tread pattern with an angled block design, noise reduction rim, and narrow grooves to make a quieter and more comfortable driving experience. The Assurance MaxGuard SUV is available in 15 to 18-inch rim diameters for use in vehicles such as the Honda CR-V, Toyota Fortuner, Toyota RAV4, Mitsubishi Montero Sport, and other popular mid-size SUV models in the Asia-Pacific market. Toyota Motor Philippines has been cited for performance excellence at the 2019-2020 Philippine Quality Awards or PQA of the Department of Trade and Industry or DTI. Toyota is the first automotive company to receive the distinction of attaining PQA Level 4, the highest level of national recognition of exemplary organizational performance in total quality management. The award was presented to Toyota by President Rodrigo Roa Duterte together with DTI Secretary Ramon Lopez and the DTI Competitiveness Bureau Director Lilian Solonga during the conferment ceremony. Toyota is only the second Philippine organization in PQA's 22-year history to achieve Level 4 Quality Award for Performance Excellence. In receiving the award, Toyota Motor Philippines Chairman Alfred T. said the company is honored to receive such high distinction in the PQA history, as well as to share its best practices that can serve as benchmarks for other Philippine industries. The PQA award further inspires Toyota to continue to improve and ultimately help our businesses become more sustainable, said Toyota Motor Philippines President Atsuhiro Okamoto. The company's Vice President David Go said that with the strong and continued support from the government, local manufacturers like Toyota Motor Philippines can develop the capability to compete in the global arena and drive economic growth.
Our Car of the Week is next on Showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee. Looking for an entry-level compact sports sedan for just around 3 million pesos? Then, let's check out the BMW 318i Sport.
There are entry-level sedans and there are entry-level compact sedans. Some are priced at around $1 million. Some are priced at thrice that price. So if you're in the upper bracket of entry-level compact sedans, perhaps the BMW 318i Sport is for you. It's 4,709mm long, 1,827mm wide, and 1,435mm tall. Those dimensions just within compact sedan size allow BMW to roll out a sedan that is sleek, squat, and looks race-ready. The latest 3 Series features another striking iteration of the signature BMW kidney grille and a distinctive headlamp design. The 318i Sport exterior features BMW's individual high-gloss shadow line and sport line packages, LED headlights with extended contents like rain sensors and automatic driving controls. LED fog lights, and 18-inch bicolor light alloy wheels with V-spoke styling, and yes, run-flat tires. Exterior features that make this 3 Series variant that much more convenient to drive are front and rear park distance control and rear view camera. The 318i Sport also features automatic tailgate operation for loading the 480-liter trunk, which comes with BMW's storage compartment package. The 318i Sport interior speaks of both luxury and performance. There's ambient light automatic 3-zone air conditioning, interior trim finishes, velour floor mats, Sensatec upholstery for the seats. The driver and front seat passenger get sport seats that hug one comfortably on long drives or when pushing the vehicle at pace on switchbacks. The front seats can be adjusted electronically with memory function for driver. Beamers are a driver's car. One can tell from the dash and instrumentation. Everything is angled toward the driver. Controls are all within easy reach. The BMW's live cockpit comes with round analog dials for speedometer and tachometer and a 5.1-inch display as well as the 8.8-inch touch display. The 318i Sport also features BMW's iDrive system, which makes controlling secondary vehicle systems as well as the infotainment so much easier via a single control knob on the center console. Adding the convenience of driving the BMW 3 Series are multifunction controls on the steering wheel. Underneath the hood of the 318i Sport is BMW's twin-power inline 4-cylinder gasoline engine with 1,998 displacement. The engine generates 156 horsepower from 4,500 to 6,500 revolutions per minute and 250 Nm of torque from 1,300 to 4,300 RPM. The engine drives the rear wheels via an 8-speed automatic transmission system with Steptronic function. One starts and stops the engine with a push of a button. The 318i Sport brought to local shores comes with automatic start-stop function that automatically shuts and starts engine to minimize the time spent on idle, like when waiting for the light to turn green at intersections. The BMW suspension system, featuring McPherson struts in front and multi-link system in the rear, is tuned to provide a smooth ride on well-paved surfaces and great handling at speed and on switchbacks. The BMW braking system provides great confidence and control in all driving conditions. It also comes with brake energy regeneration that charges the battery while braking. The Servotronic system makes steering quite effortless at slow speeds, while reducing steering assist to provide greater control at higher speeds. BMW's driver experience control system also allows the driver to adjust the driving dynamics of the 318i Sport. Cruise control with braking function also makes long drives on extra space all the more relaxing. Other cool features include the interior and exterior mirror package that automatically dims reflections so driver is not dazzled or blinded, especially by high beam headlights of other cars at night. Finally, adding to the convenience of driving the BMW 318i Sport is the parking assistant that lets the car park itself. The BMW 318i Sport made available locally comes with a slew of active and passive safety systems. These include airbags for driver and front passenger, front and rear head airbags, side airbag for driver and front passenger, side impact protection, and ISOFIX child seat mounting. Other safety features include anti-lock braking system, dynamic stability control, dynamic traction control, electronic vehicle immobilizer, automatic locking, and crash sensor.
The BMW 318i Sport is certainly worth checking out if one is looking for a truly luxury compact sports sedan. That's our featured vehicle on this week's showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee.
Drive worry-free with Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program with a free 24-hour nationwide roadside assistance included with your comprehensive auto insurance. Rest assured, we'll take care of you and your car wherever you are. Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program, 100% worry-free driving.
I think my dad is secretly a superhero. He's the coolest, smartest, strongest person alive. No matter where Everywhere we go, he always makes sure I feel safe. And he isn't afraid of anything. My dad likes to call that the power to lead. I call it his superpower.
All-new Isuzu Mu X. Take the lead.
The Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
We now have our segment that dwells on the wide array of motoring problems, not only in the metro, but all over the country as well. This is where we present problems referred to us or we ourselves see and hope to fully find solutions for. Our public service segment is next.
Even before the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority or MMDA announced the re-implementation of number coding scheme but with modification, traffic situation in the metropolis has almost reached its pre-pandemic level. Now that the COVID-19 cases are slowly going down and the economy is opening up, many who might be tired of staying home started going out. And this also means more vehicles on the road, resulting to heavier traffic and longer travel time. Not to mention that we are already in the Christmas season. Commuting continues to be a challenge for those who rely on public transport, and we are still in a pandemic with a new COVID-19 variant out there. The re-implementation of coding is indeed a welcome development. We are raring to see how this would improve or not the metro's traffic situation.
That's our public service segment this week. And should you yourself encounter motoring problems that need immediate attention, please feel free to contact us. See the details being flashed on your screen. And that's the week that was in motoring. Thank you for joining us. Also, please don't forget to check us out on social media.
Until next week here on Motoring Today, now on its 35th year of continuing service to the general motoring public with a lifelong commitment to promote road safety. On behalf of our dad, Butch Gamboa, I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa.
Happy
motoring!